Okay, yes. So we're going to do another Rav Nosson on the parasha, the planned one Be'ez Hashem, and it's a very fascinating idea. It's called Heichal HaTmuros. Right? It says Hashem, right, showed himself in Elonei Mamre, this place of this Mamre, this Bechin of the trees of Mamre, whatever it is. Or what difference does it make where he was? Hashem showed himself in front of Avram. He was in the. He was by right by Yaraj Elav Hashem, right? Who Yoshe Pesach Ha'oeg Choymayim presumably would have been just as good without the Elonei Mamre. What's Elonei Mamre mean? So Rashi says. Rashi says Elonei Mamre were the trees of Mamre. Mamre was a person, which is from the Medrash. Mamre was a person, and because he told Avram to do the milah, therefore, he has a reward of Hashem. In his part, Avram's tent was pitched in his property, and that's where Hashem revealed himself to Avram. Okay, very nice. The Zohar says that there's 3 kochos in every person. 3 kochos. Every person has 3 different kochos. 1 koach is Mamre. 1 koach is Anar, and 1 koach is Eshko. These are the 3 people that Avram asked about doing the milah. Anar, this bechina that's called this Anar, is the bechina of the nefesh bahamis, the medama. It says overcoming medama with holy thoughts, having holy and focused thoughts. That's the main avoda of a person. Adam, the very word Adam is from Lashon adameh, right? Brought in this form. Adameh, which means I will first of all make myself like Hashem, likeness of Hashem, but also it means about medameh, that your imagination is who you are, what you imagine, where's your imagination, where are your thoughts. That's who you are. That's who you are. Now, really, of course, every person is a pure neshama and everything good, but where you are, where your imagination has to do with where what you're able to do, how you're able to do it has a very big bearing on what you're able to make happen in the world. How you imagine things, what your imagination. That's the idea of visualization, right? A person feels like he can do it, he can make it, he's going to. He feels like he's a loser, he's going to be a loser. That's the way it works, usually. Right? So it's really a choice. Interestingly enough, it's mamish a choice. So that's the beginning. So we have this Einar is number 1. It could be that Einar is this low level, and it's like the Sulam in his own nusach, like he's bringing the Zohar, and he says, of course, this means a person has his ratzon to take. When you want to take selfishly, you're not thinking of anybody else. That's called Einar. This is Einar, Anar, whatever the name is. This is the Ayin and Reish, and it could be that Ayin is the 70 panim in the 70 nations, and Ner is nefesh ruach, as we know, which means there's holy nefesh ruach and not holy nefesh ruach. Nefesh, right, is the animal soul action. Ruach is speech. And these things can be good or bad. There's 2 different mechinas. So, okay, that could be Ayin and Reish. I didn't see that anyway, but I would assume that makes sense based on Rabban or other places. Eshko is the seichel. The seichel means to be shokel, to weigh and measure things, to think things through, right? To consider things. That's the idea of seichel. That's how the Yisroel explains it. And then you have Mamre is when a person totally flips around. You have Zokin Mamre. Zokin Mamre is a person who goes with his own das, and he protests. He switches around the halacha, and he's not willing to nullify himself even to the high court, even though he's obligated halachically to do so. He won't. And this person's serious business, very, very serious crime. He's not allowed to be in such a place. He goes into the Beis Hamikdash, right in the Lishkos HaGazis, and if he denies the halacha and he fights with the Beis Nagadol, it's a serious problem. So, Hashem Yirachim. So, this aspect of a person completely having this tremendous confidence to be able to, but really he's flipping things around. He's switching things around. That's Zakir Mamre. So, Zakir Mamre, that's also Mamre B'Kedusha, where a person completely flips this world on its head, and he's able to transcend the physical completely. He goes to a place where he's above physical, just completely where he's supposed to be. So, really, those are 3 kochos. That's the first thing about Mamre. So, Rav Nosson explains also Mamre, this Heichal Tmuris, which means a place of flipping, where a person, he's the Ben HaMelech, he's the king's son, and we all feel like we're the maidservant's son. That we're not important, and the main thing is the physical. The main thing is we don't. It's hard for us to get to this place that the main thing is the spiritual. We can all transcend the physical to the spiritual. That's that the Mamre, which means the Tmurus. Everything gets flipped around. So that's the concept, that's the idea. Elane Mamre, that's where it is. That's where this happened, because the Mamre, Hecha Tmuros, is what enables a person, when you have the problem, the difficulties, the flips, the switches, when it's so hard for you, it's hard to deal with the physicality, deal with the difficulty, and to change that around is so difficult. So that's when you have to learn how to do Mila. Mila means to break away, to completely break away from the physical. That's what Mila is. Mila is not only about spiritual. Mila is about physical. It's about spiritual as well. The Sulam also points out. He said, "What do you mean, Avraham Avinu? He's not sure to do the Mila. He's asking. He wants to. It's like, what's so hard?" He said, "It means again this idea of letting go of our desire to take for our own sake. We have to take only in order to help others, to give others. If I want to receive something, I want to get something, I want to learn something, I want to get a level, it's to help other people, not for myself." He said, that's taking in order to give. Otherwise, taking in order to take is childish, and it's immature, and it's not where you need to be. That's how he explains. And this is this concept of the Heichat Tmuros. Because the person sees how easy it is to flip things around, he's got to be able to make that Mila. Make that, the Ari says, Mila is Miya lelanu hashamayma. Mila is Rosh Hashanah, who will bring us up to the heavens. You have to be able to live in the heavens, bring the heavens into this world. That's a big, very big theme of what Chassidus is about, and Deep Works are about. The Vilna Gaon also talks about this concept of bringing Gan Eden into this world. Bring Gan Eden into this world. We want to live in Gan Eden here. We want to go be uplifted here, not just in the next world. Here and now. And that's a choice we all have to make. It has a lot to do with our medama, what we think, how we think, where we go, how we do. It's all totally our choice. And we have to be Zohar to use our kochos properly. We have so much potential, so much power. We have to really use it for the right purpose, the right way. And this is the aspect of the Akedah. That's what the Akedah is really all about. The Akedah is about this concept. Every person, you have to bind yourself to Hashem, be single-minded. Learn how to live with Kiddush Hashem whatever way you can, a little at a time, slowly but surely, at least in the Ratzah, at least in the desire, and hopefully even in action. Hashem shall be Zohar to the ore of the good that can come out of the Heichat Tmuros, the good, the positive that come out of all these flips and difficulties that can be transcended. That's supposed to galvanize us, to move us to be uplifted, to be improved.